All right, having discussing that, welcome to this session. We'll talk on the key difference between or differences between cardholder data as well as sensitive authentication. Okay, first let's touch the storage aspect. Right now, we already know that SAP cannot be stored sensitive authentication data. It said cardholder data can be stored under strict controls. Why sensitive authentication data should never be stored after the transaction is authorized. That we covered already. And as I said, I would love to know, share your viewpoint. Why do we think that this piece of information cannot be stored? Then we also talk on the storage aspect. Cardholder data is primarily used to identify and process transactions, while sensitive authentication data is used to authenticate a cardholder during the transaction. Do you see? This is used to identify and process the transaction, though it's been identified and processed. But if that transaction it cannot be authenticated, if they cannot authenticate it, then the transaction cannot go through. Right? And that's why, though that it's also important to identify process transaction, but you also need the authentication aspect for the transaction to run successfully. Okay. Then we have protection. Both require protection, but SAP requires additional safeguards because it is used to verify the cardholder identity and is often a target for fraud. Do you see? That is often a target for fraud. Just imagine somebody gets your card and guess what? They know your PIN. They can do whatever thing they want to do, right? And that's why we've made the statement that need like extra how they call security measures. So why PCI DSS protect cardholder sensitive authentication data? First, the reason PCI DSS places such strong emphasis on protecting both cardholder data and sensitive authentication data is simple. First, preventing fraud, right? Unauthorized access to cardholder data can lead to fraud and identity theft. It is essential to safeguard this data to ensure that customers are not victims of financial crime. We also have maintaining customer trust. If businesses fail to protect cardholder data, it could result in a loss of trust for customers, which is difficult to rebuild. Compliance. Businesses are required to comply with PCI DSS to avoid penalties and maintain their availability to process card payments. Non-compliance can result in fines, loss of payment processing privileges, and reputational damage. In short, protecting this data is critical for both the security of transaction and the ongoing success of businesses that handles card payments. And that's why you see that though we've talked on all the different core regulatory framework, that's why we have to talk about PCI DSS. And this is again is just a piece as far as GRC is concerned, because it's not a matter of you going with different regulatory authority. Most hospital they have payment system, right? They collect payments. A lot of services, a lot of companies. So definitely the fact that they adhere to other regulations, they also need to be in compliance with PCI DSS. That being said, now we'll go to the next video where we'll have to cover who must comply with PCI DSS. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned and do not forget to like, subscribe, share, put whatever questions you might have on the comment section. And I will see you all in the next video.